Hey, welcome back, guys. Gonna do another little rant here. I don't know how you guys are doing, but crazy times, right? In the world, all kinds of stuff going down. Looks like they're gonna roll out another wave of COVID lockdowns and increased regulation and telling us what we can and can't do. You have to wear a mask, can't talk to anyone, can't touch anyone, got to stay home, got to give up your business. All this bullshit just trying to keep us locked down and following all their rules and perpetuating this illusion that they have control over us. And it's sad to see. I've been going into town this last while, and just in the last month here where I am in British Columbia, Canada, more and more people are wearing masks and gloves, and all the old people are living in so much fear and all that. And it's just sad to see what has happened to our world, and no one wants to talk to anyone. Everyone's just got their freaking mask on. They all look like they got panties over their face. It's just ridiculous. I hate seeing it. It's sad to see what's happened. And yeah, sure, I'm not arguing the fact that there is a virus, but the death rate and the recovery rate is so high. The death rate is so low, and yet look at what they're doing for this. I mean, we've had way bigger crises than this, and they've done nothing about it, like the opioid crisis, and that they barely make any efforts to squash that. But yet this one, they're just locking down everything. So when we have something like the opioid crisis that's killing all of our youth and the future generations, they don't even bat an eye. They just let it happen. I've seen the police here turning a blind eye to the drug houses and just letting them operate. They don't even try and knock it down. But then when we have something like this, like a virus that comes out and it's killing very few people, yet they're going to force all of us to give up our businesses, to force us to stay locked up at home, limit us from gathering in large numbers where we're empowered, where we can talk to our community and kind of come up with plans on how we're going to survive and get through this kind of stuff. They're telling us we can no longer do that. And, you know, it's really affecting the immune compromised the most and the really old people. So, you know, I don't even know what to say about that, but it's just, you know, for your average person that's healthy and younger, and that to force them to close their business, to tell them they have to wear a mask, all this stuff, and you know, all this regulation, it's just a joke in my opinion. It's just a form of control. They want to increase their government control. They want everyone living in fear, and then they want to create all these social justice warriors so that essentially if you have any kind of opinions that are counter to their narrative, then you're ganged up on by the masses, the social masses, because they're all so brainwashed and living in so much fear that they'll basically come and gang up on you. And if you're not adhering to all the regulation, then your community will basically gang up on you and tell you stuff like, oh, you're not wearing a mask, so you don't value our life, you're putting our entire community and society at risk, and you know, all this kind of BS. So this is how they're doing it. It's a huge manipulation, mind control thing where they get the masses, they force them into a certain narrative, and then anyone who speaks up against that is basically called all these names and, you know, ostracized and all that. So that's the game they're playing, you guys, and hopefully more and more of you start to wake up to this. I don't buy it. I don't live in fear. I haven't worn a mask once. You know, if I'm in an area out in public and I go by a group of people or something, I just hold my breath, because the funny part about this whole mask thing is the masks don't protect you, they just protect others. So if you sneeze is the main thing. If you sneeze, you're going to spread germs all over, and that's if you have COVID. If you're one of the 0.0 whatever it is that actually has this virus and you happen to sneeze in public, yeah, you're going to spread the virus. But for your average person, no one's even infected. And then to say you need a mask. So just don't be an idiot. If you sneeze, you just pull your shirt up like this, sneeze into your shirt, sneeze into your arm. I mean, it's not rocket science. And you know, it's what I do. I just hold my breath. If I'm going by a bunch of people, I just hold my breath till I'm in the clear and then start breathing again. But you know, and it's all these old people that are wearing masks. You see them in their car by themselves with freaking surgical gloves on, goggles, and a mask, and they're in their car with the windows up all by themselves. You know, that's how in fear they're living. They think that they're protecting themselves, but they haven't even read the science. They don't even understand why you're supposed to wear a mask, is to stop the spread of it if you have this virus. But these people that are in their car by themselves, like, give me a break. You're just brainwashed, and I'm sorry, that's, the masses are so brainwashed right now. And anyone speaking truth is shadow banned, censored, deplatformed, all that kind of stuff. So right there, that should tell you that this is a big effort by these people to push this narrative and use it to their advantage to basically crash the economy, snatch up all of the assets, and also to take everyone's livelihood away by forcing them to close their businesses. And they also want to extend their government control. So they want to, they're rolling out all of these new regulations in the name of protecting us from this virus. So they're forcing us to stay home. They're shutting down churches. They're not allowing us to gather. You know, it's like people won't even talk to you in public anymore because everyone's in so much fear. So they're trying to divide us and conquer us. And that's why they push this toxic masculinity narrative and trying to divide all the different cultures by the Black Lives Matter movement and all this stuff. It's all a big plot. They want us all fighting amongst ourselves. And the true enemy are these elite ruling class and that are just above the law, that these laws don't apply to them. They do whatever they want, and then they just force all of this shit onto us. So it's a big racket. I wouldn't buy into it, you know, but that's me. Do whatever you want. If you think the masks are going to save the world, then walk around with panties on your face, whatever you need to do. But anyways, those are my thoughts. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you in the next one.